Good morning, everyone. Hope you're well, and welcome to the daily morning trading update where we're going to be going over Bitcoin for you all here. See, locally, we're seeing a little bit of a downtrend occurring, but nothing major as of yet. I'll go over the next levels that we have and everything for the rest of today. Of course, it could go into the next few days depending on the volatility that we see. So, yeah, as always, starting off with the higher term time frame levels that we have going on here. We have this daily. Okay, oops. We have this daily here, and that is our only new level in terms of daily. The weekly open not got, and so let's just see the naked pointer controls. No new day, no new daily day, no new daily naked pointer control on the 50 tick there, and then on the 1 tick, we do have one on 1 tick, 38,450. I'll mark it out. 38,450. Wow, right at the very high. So then let's see. We got here. So we're trading at the weekly point of control. And we're above the monthly point of control. We have some bearish divergences here, as you can see. So this is a series of lower highs, and you can actually see CVD here making a higher high because of this candle that we've just seen. So this has got, wow, nearly 8.7 million positive delta. This is a lot of longs opening at the low there. Or you can see a lot of longs opening up at the highs here as well. So yeah, longs going pretty crazy as you saw that little rally there. Back here, you also see a lot of open interest increases. So yeah, locally bearish divergences, something to be aware of. But it doesn't really give a trade at the moment, but we have got some bearish CVD there, right? So let me just see what else we got going on here. So we are definitely upwards sloping. Does it fit into this rising wedge? So we got a bit of a rising wedge going on here. So I would look at this. Let's just do a few Fibonacci pulls. So that's the current high. Of course, we could make a new high and that changes. And yeah, I'd really pull this from around here. Could potentially pull it from this low. If you know that was a pullback low. Okay. Then on here, I'll pull a fixed range of all of this. Then more of the local range. Okay. Anchored VWAP. Coming in at the CC there, that anchored VWAP. So about 30, just below $36,000. See where the speed fan resistance comes in at. Sorry, support. Go up onto the 4 hour here. Depends on the time it takes, right? Because you could have this overthrow come back into the CC into the 618 speed fan and the anchored VWAP. This is obviously going to change, place the anchored VWAP, but this does potentially come in together as confluence at the 618 speed fan. And of course, if you lose that, you have even better confluence off of the 7.5, because there you got the range point of control. You got the 7.5 speed fan. Okay, you got the larger CC, and you got a weakly naked point of control. This is definitely the biggest support, but we got two long opportunities lining up, really, don't we? We have first long opportunity around this CC zone, okay, where we got the anchored VWAP, we got the CC, we got the 618 speed fan. So this would be our first long opportunity, and we can be aiming up to new highs again, okay? No reason not to think that at the moment. That would be long opportunity number one. If we do not get a good reaction, or we simply get a little bit of a reaction and then stopped out of the trade, the second long opportunity would be down there around the CC, okay, off of the 7.5 speed fan, off of the weekly naked point of control, off the range point of control, and again, target can still be new highs, but that would be the second long opportunity. You do have I would say of the two levels, of course, I'm going to prefer this one. You know, the confluence is a bit stronger. But yeah, this could give an acceptable long opportunity. But between the two, I do prefer this lower one, especially if we can like take some of the lows down here and then get a reclaim. That would be like the entry trigger on the reclaim, right? So it'd be really nice. I'd call that a pretty easy long trade. If you wait for the loss of the levels and then the reclaim back above, that's going to be like a really easy long trade. Why is it easy? Because you got a very easy invalidation. Okay, easy doesn't mean it's going to win, but it does mean you got a very good easy entry trigger, and if you get stopped out, you get stopped out. It's not the end of the world, it's just a losing trade. You move on to the next one, but I refer to easy because you're going to have a very easy like entry trigger, and I love trades which give easy entry triggers. So the third and final long that would be an opportunity would really be just taking the lows all the way down here. Feel this is a bit more bearish if we come all the way down here, but nevertheless, you do have that opportunity, and the long is a lot more, I want to just say, you know, simple. It's more trading off of a swing failure pattern of the bigger range low. So this is our range low down here, and really simply you'd look for this to come down, take those lows, get a reclaim, and then you can just simply get a long off of the overall range low. But yeah, we don't really want to see price coming all the way down here. It's starting to become a little bit more bearish, but nevertheless, you know, it is still range low for that long opportunity. So you have really three long opportunities, and I'd be remaining patient for all those. You know, I'm not going to be longing up here at $38,000, no way. So I'd wait for a retracement, and you got three areas of interest for long opportunities. If you lose this low, then this really is starting to become very, very bearish because you got the absolute line in the sand around $30,000. And I've said before, if you lose that $30,000, I think this is going to drop like way more. So if you lose 30K, you know, we're going to have to start on a lower term time frame, look for some sort of entry trigger to bring that much further down, right? But this is, you know, this is out of the scope of the daily trading update. But, you know, losing 30K is entering a lot more bearish territory. So right now, yeah, we have a rising wedge. We have bearish divergences, and our longs are definitely on a retrace, on a dip. Don't want to be longing here personally. You know, again, I'm not saying you can't, you can do whatever you want, but hey, I'm not going to long here. But then I also didn't long on Tuesday, and there was a rise to the upside, right? So just as I said on Tuesday, if I miss this long trade, I'm not going to be bothered in the slightest. It's fine, you know, and I missed that long trade as price did rise. So yeah, again, I'm putting myself in a position where, you know, I'm waiting for a dip to long. If price just moves up from here, hey, I missed that long trade. I really am not going to be affected by that in the slightest, okay? In terms of resistance, do you feel that that's it? I'll explain very briefly why we rejected from where we did. So you might be wondering, oh, what was the reason of a rejection here? Well, really simply, I can show you from the Bybit chart, swing failure pattern. Okay, swing failure pattern, one of the easiest trade setups you can be given. Okay, SFP, nothing out of this world. Took the highs, closed back down below. That's a short trigger. for many of us. But you actually had some really nice confluence on this swing failure pattern. And that was, if you were paying attention, we've been looking at that Binance wick for the past 20 days, right? For the past 20 days, Binance formed this big wick to the upside, and it was slightly missed. So while, for example, Bybit was making new highs, and other exchanges, you saw like Coinbase, etc., all making new highs, Binance was struggling, okay, for the past 20 days, okay? When you look at your other exchanges, new highs, and of course here, new highs. But Binance was the only one that was not making new highs. So really simply, as we formed that swing failure pattern on Bybit, you had the confluence of Binance finally filling that wick. And we're talking about to the dollar. So that high back on the 9th of November was 38,499, and the high of yesterday on that swing failure pattern was 38,500. So we're talking about 10 cent, but nevertheless, an SFB filling the wick is an SFB filling the wick. 10 cent or $10 or $100, it's still taking that high, right? So yeah, that was a little bit of confluence that you had, that finally you had that wick fill. And another level of confluence was, if you've been following along, I called Coinbase to $130 target. This was back on the 21st, so 9 days ago. I called Coinbase to $130, and that had then, since that post, almost a 30% rise to the upside. Coinbase had been very bullish. Called this back on the 21st, right? And from here, it's just been up and up and up and up and up. And it hit that daily target that we had. So $130 also being hit at the same time. So you had a Coinbase hitting $130 target. You had Binance filling the wick finally, which took 20 days. And then for the simple factor, you had a swing failure pattern on Bybit. So there was definitely a reason to take a short trade there. And again, I do think you should have hit take profit one on this. Again, this is already a 2.5% move to the downside. You do have to think overall the market structure is still bullish, although yeah, it's getting a bit scary. But nevertheless, it is still bullish right now, the market structure. So I wouldn't get too greedy. I'd lock and take profit one. Yeah, you can lock in like 20%. And then if you get a bigger drop, congratulations, you've got a very nice short trade entry. If you push up and you get stopped out, hey, you're getting out break even. It is what it is, and you look towards the next level, right? The next level for me now to the upside is the Coinbase point of control. So again, this is just fitting in right above price action. So again, Coinbase point of control is just above price action, which could get a rejection off of that, and that would fit in with this rising wedge that we just looked at on Bybit, right? So that would fit in with this rising wedge, take the highs once more, fake out the rising wedge for the retracement. So yeah, that Coinbase point of control fits in with the rising wedge idea. If we do not get the rising wedge idea and we kind of just break up from here, next level above us is of course the weekly naked point of control. Okay, that's at $39,000, and if we get through that, we got the daily 39,675 to 40,000 psychological. Okay, those short trades are going to be much harder to take because you got to wait for definitely some sort of entry trigger on the lower term time frame. You don't want to just be presetting there. Okay, you do want to wait for at least something like this, right? Come up here, hit the level, get some sort of a pullback, maybe retest on bearish divergences, or a setup which is come up here, take the high, get a pullback, form a range, intraday swing failure pattern, and then you get, you got to wait for an entry trigger. You don't want to just preset a short in case you just do this. Okay, so you want to wait for the intraday entry trigger, which would be, off of order flow, off of a intraday reaction such as SFB. You've got to wait for something along those lines. You don't want to be presetting. Again, swing failure pattern can be as simple as this. Wait for the intraday, bam, swing failure pattern of the previous day high and swing failure pattern of the overall high. Okay, so you got two swing failure patterns in, one on this one. You can see the reaction. It's had a reaction, and there was confluence. So that's kind of what you want to be waiting for on these entry triggers. Don't be presetting limit orders. So yeah, that's my opinion on Bitcoin. That's what I'm looking at here. That's the next levels. Are we waiting for in terms of long trades on a dip or short trades on a rise? I only look for longs on dips and shorts on rises. You're never going to catch me shorting support or longing into resistance. So yeah, for me now, it requires a bit of patience, and I'm happy to see this rise or fall to give me my next high probability trade setup. As always, I'll be around in the Discord if anything changes. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed. I hope some of you managed to make some profits on that Coinbase call, because that was a pretty epic call. Or I don't want to refer to it as a call, I suppose, but it was a pretty epic prediction to get 130. And I will just say this, 130 tapped on Coinbase doesn't mean it's going to be the overall high. What I'm looking at is we got the actual high of the wick there, 132. So this is, got that potential of coming up and actually taking that high. And this is a key zone, because you're either going to come up here, take the high and get a, an SFP short trade entry, or you see strength. Because if you do see strength above 132, then that really is likely we're going to be pushing to $200. So that is a very, very big rise to the upside. And of course, Coinbase stock fell very quickly. Okay, it fell very quickly indeed. So that just lines up into this opportunity. Yeah, $193 key resistance. Then you got coming up into 230. So yeah, if we reclaim 132, I'd be looking for $190 on Coinbase, to be honest with you. So yeah, coming up into a key level. This is, of course, resistance, but if we reclaim that, I think you got a very, very large rise coming to $190, $200 on Coinbase. So, trade the charts. MicroStrategy isn't quite as bullish. Okay, so MicroStrategy has been consolidating here as Bitcoin has been, but Coinbase, yeah, this was the one that's been showing the strength in terms of the stocks. Anything else that I wanted to mention? I am actually trading Coinbase. So if you're interested, you can trade Coinbase on BingX. So this is pretty good. I've been trading Coinbase. I've been trading Apple. I've been trading the S&P 500. Even a Forex pair, just to give it all a go. And for me, I'm finding it pretty good. You can also trade gold, of course. You can trade all your altcoins. You can trade Bitcoin. So Bybit is still my main trading exchange. I'm still, trading Bybit primarily for cryptocurrency. But BingX is a pretty cool option for, trading the stocks, commodities, FX, and the the indexes. It is a pretty good option. I will remind you, if you want to take advantage of it right now, we still do have a trading deal going on for BingX. So you'll have to look back through the announcements. Okay, but I did post an announcement. Yeah, so we still got this BingX rewards, which is until there is a end date of this, but it's somewhere in December. So I think you got another 2 weeks left of this deal. 7 days left of this deal. So this is an exclusive deal that we got. Again, you could take advantage of this if you want, but for me, this is a pretty decent exchange. Again, I'd never fully go all in on any exchange. There's always a risk with an exchange, but nevertheless, I'm using it and I'm pretty content with it. But I like it, because you can trade, all these other markets within what is kind of a crypto exchange. There's no KYC, which is an advantage for many. Of course, I would always use a VPN. And if you want to get the deal with our VPNs, you got that too, right? So, I'd always use a VPN on whatever I'm doing. But we also got that currently exclusive BingX deal. If you want to take advantage and give it a go, you can trade stocks on this. And, we currently got that bonus for you. So you can look back through the announcements and find that. But I think that's everything that I wanted to talk through. Coinbase coming up to key level there. If we get the reclaim, I'm looking towards 190, to be honest with you, which is a massive move. I am trading Coinbase on BingX. Bitcoin, with that rising wedge currently. So be a bit cautious, but rising wedges, you want to see the fake out to the upside. So that does lead for another rise to the upside, where we'll be looking for the MPC to Coinbase hitting its This is the Bitcoin stock on Coinbase hitting its previous range point of control. Coinbase stock, Bitcoin price on Coinbase. So that's the Bitcoin update for you. I hope that you've enjoyed. And of course, as this live stream ends, another one always begins. So you got the daily stock market update after this, and then you got the altcoin stream with Severin. Again, altcoin stream is a must watch. This is just you got a very good time if you watch these these streams. So let's just say that Severin's got a very high win rate, and he's a master in what he's doing. So yeah, be sure to check out him in the stock market and altcoins. And then I will see you on Sunday for the Champions live stream. Before that, of course, you got Igor and Rivalry then for the live trading on Friday. And then on Sunday, you got myself for the Champions live stream where I'll go over the higher term time frame updates. So yeah, that's going to be me signing out. Hope you've enjoyed. Thank you ever so much. And yeah, if you want to see more from us, then you can obviously get it over in the Discord. We'll be active there. So yeah, cheers everybody. Thank you. That's me signing out, and goodbye. Cheers.